There are 10 major benefits of embarking on a digital transformation, and I'm going to talk about what those are here today. My name is Eric Kimberling. I'm the CEO of Third Stage Consulting. We're an independent consulting firm that helps clients through their digital transformation journeys. And if you've watched my YouTube channel for a while, you know I talk a lot about risk and what causes failure. I do case studies of failures. And a lot of us like to learn from failure to know what not to do. But looking at the bright side, I want to look at what are those top 10 benefits? What are the things that companies that are successful and have successful digital transformations, what are those benefits that they're getting out of their transformations, and what are the benefits they're getting that their failed counterparts are not? And that's what I want to talk about here today. One of the biggest benefits that organizations that are successful get from their digital transformations is efficiency. So processes and workflows that may have been inefficient in the past now become more efficient because you have a streamlined way of operating. You have data that flows continuously from department to department. Cycle times are reduced, and overall, you're more efficient. So, for example, placing a customer order or planning your inventory or planning your MRP or manufacturing processes, those things suddenly should take more time when you've implemented technology and done your overall digital transformation correctly. So overall efficiency gain is one of the biggest advantages and benefits that successful organizations see in their digital transformations. One of the big and underrated benefits of digital transformation is the fact that you have increased transparency to your operations and what's going on day to day within your business. So now suddenly with fully integrated technologies and single sources of truth of data, improved dashboards and reporting and business intelligence capabilities, you now have the opportunity to see real time what's actually happening within your business. And it gives you an opportunity to be able to pivot and adjust more quickly than you might if you would have had to wait for, say, the accounting department to close the books, or for people to manually run reports and manually go gather information and data out of spreadsheets and paper and whatnot, multiple systems and whatnot. So instead, now you have technology that enables and improves and automates some of those processes in a way that now you have complete transparency into your business in a way you may not have in the past. So a third benefit is cost savings. A lot of organizations that are successful in their digital transformations will spend less in a number of areas. First of all, they may spend less on the actual technology. A lot of organizations spend a lot of time and money just maintaining their old, outdated systems, and so new technology oftentimes can cost less money, although in some cases it could actually cost more, but in many cases it can cost you less money than your old legacy products. Another way that you can achieve cost savings through your digital transformation is through some of the enhanced or improved business processes I talked about before. If you can do more with less, if you can grow as an organization without having to hire as many people as you would have otherwise, that's going to save you money. Another example of cost savings is inventory reduction. So now you have better visibility into when you need inventory and better demand forecasting, better predictive analytics to determine when you should order certain raw materials for your products. Those are examples of ways that you can reduce inventory as well. So these are just a few examples of the ways that digital transformation, when done effectively, can actually increase your cost structure and save you money in the long term. Another advantage of digital transformation is revenue growth. When you deploy certain technologies and processes related to sales, for example, CRM modules and capabilities being one example, that's a way that you can enhance revenue and increase revenue by ensuring that you have equipped your sales staff with the appropriate tool set and the appropriate data and the appropriate knowledge to be able to sell more to your customers. Another way that digital transformations can increase revenue is through better customer service. If you're able to provide better customer service because employees have access to data and visibility into status of orders, or perhaps they have the ability to cross-sell and upsell customers on other products or services that you might be able to provide them, technology can help enable that sort of top-line revenue growth. And this is one of those benefits that a lot of organizations underestimate. They don't think about how to increase top-line revenue growth. a lot of times they're focusing more on some of the benefits I've already talked about, which is more efficiency gains and cost savings. But the revenue growth can actually be significant. It can be, in some cases, more material than the cost savings that organizations achieve. In your digital transformation, it's important to look at what are the ways that we can improve our top line revenue growth as part of our transformation strategy. Another way that digital transformations can benefit your organization is through a better customer experience, whether it's because they have access to an online portal that gives them visibility into their order status or the inventory of what you have available to sell them or the services you have available to offer them. So having that sort of visibility on the customer side can increase and enhance the customer experience and make them stickier to your brand, to your organization. So enhancing that customer experience is another great advantage of digital transformations. Just like digital transformation can help create a better customer experience, so too can it create a better employee experience. So for organizations that have trouble attracting or retaining talent or building the right kind of culture or creating a sort of engagement and commitment to the organization, digital transformations through technology like human capital management can ensure that you have technology in place that will help you attract and retain better talent. It can help ensure that you are providing the learning opportunities that they might not otherwise have. It can ensure that they are being managed and coached by the right people within the organization. It can address performance management, so reviews, performance reviews and coaching and improvements. All that stuff that's designed to make employees better at what they do can be enhanced and automated and made more effective with digital transformation technologies such as HCM. And then a second way that digital transformation can help improve the employee experience is just through general usability and making jobs easier. So if you have better technology, better tools at your disposal as an employee, you're going to be happier with your job, you're going to want to stay there longer, you're going to be less frustrated. And so an effective digital transformation, rather than frustrate employees by providing technologies that don't work or are ineffective, should do the opposite, which is to provide easier access to information and ultimately make their jobs easier. So looking at your overall employee experience is another business benefit of digital transformation. Another advantage or benefit of digital transformation is flexibility. So when done effectively, digital transformation should make your organization more flexible. That means that you should be able to respond more quickly to customer needs, evolving customer needs. When the market changes, you should be able to respond quickly. When your supply chain is disrupted, like it has been in recent memory in the 2020s, you want to make sure that you have supply chain management technology that allows you to adjust and have visibility into what's going on with your global supply chain. So these are just a few examples of how digital transformation can and should make your organization more flexible. Now, unfortunately, one of the biggest challenges or risks with digital transformation is that you end up deploying technology that's cumbersome, it's not deployed effectively, and it actually does the opposite, which is makes your organization more rigid and less flexible. So a lot of that comes down to what type of technology you deploy, but more importantly, how you deploy the technology to ensure that you have the right business processes and workflows in place to ensure that you're making your organization more flexible. Another big advantage for organizations that I've mentioned briefly before is supply chain management and more effective supply chain management. Organizations that are effective and successful in their digital transformations generally have better visibility into their supply chains. They can manage their vendors and their overall supply chain management, their inventory on ships coming from overseas, whatever the case may be, managing that entire cycle from raw material through production, through shipment to your facilities. That whole supply chain management process can and should be streamlined via an effective digital transformation strategy. So when embarking on a digital transformation strategy, this is one area you may want to look at and make sure that you've identified the ways that you can improve your supply chain to make it more effective as part of your transformation. Overall, a digital transformation should help improve your just overall operating model. Some of the things we've alluded to around supply chain management, human capital management, et cetera, are captured in this one benefit, but it's broader than what I've talked about so far. This is looking at your entire operating model, your business model, how you do business, the workflows, the interactions and touch points with your customers, with your employees, with stakeholders. the entire way that you operate can and should be challenged and improved as a result of your digital transformation. So rather than focusing exclusively on reducing cost or improving inventory, providing better visibility into your operations, it's also important to look at how are we doing business in general and what are the ways we can improve that with technology. Now, one great example is the whole advent of e-commerce. So we think about organizations in retail and distribution that have migrated from a bricks and mortar model to more of a direct-to-consumer model. That's a great example of how those types of organizations are rethinking their business model or their operating model. So in some cases, it's because they have to, because of Amazons of the world and the Alibabas of the world that are forcing organizations to move to more of a direct-to-consumer model. But in other cases, organizations are being proactive in trying to get ahead of the curve and be a leader in transforming their business models and really rethinking how they do business. So improvements to your business model and your operating model is another really important benefit of digital transformation. And the 10th and final benefit that we'll talk about here today is improving your overall competitive advantage. Just as an organization, what are those things that make you unique? What's your secret sauce, and how can we use a digital transformation to enhance those things and give us additional competitive advantages and additional components of our secret sauce to make us better at what we do and make us more effective at competing with our competitors. So at the end of the day, if we're doing a digital transformation and we haven't increased our competitive advantage, you have to wonder, why are we doing this digital transformation? And the best way to ensure that you enhance or improve your competitive advantage is to ensure that you've defined your operating model and your business processes and your organizational design, all the things you want to accomplish in your future state. Define that stuff early in the process before you've ever selected technology or started deploying the technology to ensure that you're able to get the most out of your digital transformation. So I've talked about 10 of the biggest business benefits that we see with digital transformations that are successful, but how do we ensure that you achieve business benefits along these lines? And one of the first things you can do is, first of all, define a clear vision for what it is you want out of this transformation. What are your business goals and objectives? How will this transformation support that? How do you envision changing your business model and your organization to improve the future? And then go find technology that will help you enable that, rather than just going out and finding technology first and then trying to figure out how we're going to back into our business benefits. The second thing is to create a clear business case, a compelling business case and a benefits realization plan for what are those benefits we expect to achieve. And many of those benefits may be in the 10 categories we talked about here today. There may be other benefits that are relevant to your organization. Whatever those benefits may be, it's important to identify them, identify what the benefits realization plan is, and then to quantify them ultimately and set targets for how we plan to achieve those business benefits. If you do those two things, you're more likely to succeed in your digital transformation, ensuring you've optimized your business benefits. Now, if you'd like more information on how to optimize business benefits and avoid some of the risks of digital transformation, check out some of the resources I've included below. I think a lot of those white papers and downloads I've included will help you through your transformation. And I also encourage you to reach out to me and brainstorm ideas around how to make your digital transformation more successful. I'd love to talk to you about your transformation and some of the ways that you might be able to make your transformation successful. So reach out to me. I've included my contact information below. So I hope you found this information useful and hope you have a great day.